Ever wonder why some music videos are so captivating while others just don't hit the mark? Well, the answer lies in the intricate process of music video production, an art that requires a fine balance of creativity, resourcefulness, and meticulous planning. In the world of music video creation, there are some common challenges that artists and producers face. One of the major hurdles is managing budget constraints. It's about making every penny count, without compromising on the quality or vision of the project. Then, there's the task of location scouting. Finding the perfect backdrop to complement the music and the story can be quite a tricky endeavor. And speaking of story, creative storytelling is the heart and soul of a music video. It's about translating the lyrics and rhythm into a visual narrative that resonates with the viewers. Now, let's dive into practical tips and advice to overcome these challenges in music video production. Money makes the world go round, and the same goes for your music video production. You see, budgeting is like the backbone of your project. It's not the most glamorous part, but without it, your project might crumble under financial pressure. Understanding how to budget wisely means knowing where your money needs to go. It's about allocating resources where they're needed most. This could be anywhere from securing the perfect location to hiring that brilliant director, or investing in post-production magic. It's about making the most of what you have. Now, you might be thinking, but what if I don't have a lot to begin with? Well, that's where the real art of budgeting comes in. It's about being resourceful, creative, and strategic. It's about finding ways to save costs without compromising on the quality of your video. For starters, planning is your best friend. The more you plan, the more you can anticipate expenses and adjust accordingly. This means doing your homework, researching costs, understanding your needs, and setting realistic expectations. Next, consider collaborating. Collaborations can be a great way to share costs and resources. Maybe there's a local designer who'd love to lend their skills for a video credit. Or perhaps there's a venue that would welcome the exposure your video could bring. Also, don't forget about using what you already have. That old warehouse? It could be your next video location. That friend who's a whiz at editing? They could be your post-production savior. And finally, remember that less can often be more. A simple, well-executed concept can be just as powerful, if not more so, than a complex, high-budget production. The key is to be flexible, adaptable, and willing to think outside the box. Because at the end of the day, it's not about how much money you have. It's about how you use it. Remember, a tight budget doesn't mean low quality. It just means you have to be more creative and strategic. The right location can make or break your music video. This statement holds more truth than you might initially think. A well-chosen location can elevate your music video from ordinary to extraordinary, adding depth and visual interest that captivates your audience. Location scouting is a critical part of pre-production. It's about finding a place that not only complements your song and its story, but also adds a layer of visual storytelling. The right location can enhance the mood, reflect the lyrics, and even become a character in its own right. So how do you find these unique locations? Well, it starts with understanding your song. What's the story? What's the emotion? Once you've got a grasp on that, brainstorm some ideas. Don't limit yourself to the obvious choices. Think outside the box. An abandoned factory could be the perfect setting for a gritty rock anthem, or a serene lake could be the backdrop for a heartfelt ballad. Now remember, a unique location doesn't necessarily mean an exotic or expensive one. It could be as simple as a corner in your local library that, when framed right, creates an intriguing visual. The key is to see the potential in the ordinary and the extraordinary alike. Next, let's talk about securing permissions. This is a crucial step that many overlook. Shooting without permission can land you in legal trouble. So once you've found your perfect location, reach out to the owner or the relevant local authorities. Explain your project and ask for permission to shoot. Some places might require a fee, while others might be happy to let you use the space for free, especially if it's for a good cause or if it helps promote the location. In conclusion, scouting the perfect location for your music video is a task that requires creativity, resourcefulness, and a bit of legwork. But the payoff can be significant. A well-chosen location can add layers of depth to your video, making it more engaging and visually striking. With careful planning and research, you can find the perfect backdrop for your music video. A music video is more than just a song with visuals. It's a storytelling medium. It is a visual representation of the song's narrative, theme, or emotions. It's an opportunity to deepen the song's impact and extend its meaning. In crafting a compelling story for your music video, the first thing to consider is the song itself. Listen to it over and over again. What images come to mind? What is the song about? What emotions does it evoke? These are the elements that will form the basis of your story. Next, consider your artist's brand. The story you tell should align with their image and resonate with their fans. If your artist sings soulful ballads, a high-energy dance video might not be the best fit. Once you have a sense of what your story will be, it's time to develop it further. You can create a narrative arc with a beginning, middle, and end. Or perhaps your story is more abstract, exploring a theme or emotion rather than a traditional plot. Both approaches can be effective, depending on the song and the artist. Now, how do you translate this story into visuals? This is where your creativity comes into play. You might choose to depict the story literally, with actors playing out the plot. Or you might use symbolism and metaphor to convey your story in a more abstract way. Remember, a music video doesn't have to tell a story in the same way a film does. You have the freedom to be more experimental, to play with imagery and symbolism. But whatever approach you take, be sure your visuals are engaging and impactful. They should draw the viewer in, make them want to keep watching. And finally, remember this: the story you're telling is there to enhance the song, not to distract from it. The best music videos are those where the visuals and the music work together, each enhancing the other to create a powerful, memorable experience. Ensure your story enhances the music, not distract from it. Cinematography is the art of visual storytelling in your music video. It's the palette with which a director paints a mood, an emotion, or a narrative. And when it comes to music videos, captivating cinematography can elevate the song's message and create a powerful visual experience. Let's start with lighting. This key element of cinematography is all about creating texture, depth, and atmosphere. Whether you're using natural light or artificial ones, the way you light your scene can dramatically alter the mood and tone of your video. A brightly lit scene can evoke feelings of joy and vibrancy, while a darker, more shadowy setup can create a sense of mystery or melancholy. Next, we have camera angles. The point of view from which you choose to shoot can drastically influence your audience's perception of the scene. A low-angle shot can make your subject appear dominant or intimidating, while a high-angle shot can make them seem vulnerable or insignificant. Experiment with different angles to add variety and visual interest to your music video. Now, let's talk about color grading. This is the process of altering and enhancing the color of your film post-production. It's an essential step in creating a visual tone that complements the mood of your song. From the cool blues of a melancholic ballad to the warm, vibrant hues of a summer anthem, color grading can help you create a cohesive aesthetic that ties your video together. And remember, good cinematography isn't about having the most expensive equipment or the most elaborate set. It's about understanding how to use light, angle, and color to tell a story and evoke emotion. It's about being intentional with every shot and creating a visual experience that complements and enhances the music. So keep these principles in mind the next time you're planning a music video. Experiment, play around, and find what works best for your vision. Because mastering cinematography can transform your music video from good to great. Choreography can add a dynamic and engaging element to your music video. Think about this for a moment. Music is movement. It's the rhythm that makes your heart beat faster, the melody that sweeps you off your feet, the harmony that stirs your soul. So, how do you translate this movement into visuals? That's where choreography comes in. Choreography is more than just a series of dance steps. It's a language of movement, a way to tell a story without words. When choreography is done right, it can elevate a music video from good to unforgettable. It can make you feel the music in a whole new way, connecting with the emotions and energy of the song. Working with a choreographer can be an incredible asset. They can help translate the emotions and themes of your song into movement, creating a visual narrative that complements your music. Whether it's a full-blown dance routine or a subtle sway of the shoulders, every movement matters. But how do you find the right choreographer? Look for someone who understands your vision, someone who can interpret your music and add their own creative flair. Don't be afraid to experiment and try different things. Remember, this is your video, your story. Make sure the choreography aligns with the overall narrative. Also, consider the performers. Can they dance? If not, that's okay. Choreography is not just about complex dance moves. It's about movement, rhythm, and expression. Even the simplest movements can be powerful when done right. Let's say your song has a slow, melancholic melody. Instead of a high-energy dance routine, you might want to use slow, flowing movements to express the emotion in the song. Or if your song is upbeat and energetic, you might want to incorporate fast, exciting dance moves. Above all, remember that choreography should serve the music. It should enhance the song, not distract from it. Every step, every gesture, every movement should be in harmony with the music, expressing its rhythm, its melody, its emotion. Remember, choreography is not just about dance moves, it's about expressing the music through movement. Post-production is where the magic happens. This is the phase where we take our raw footage and craft it into a captivating story. It's akin to a sculptor taking a block of marble and chiseling it into a masterpiece. You might have captured the most breathtaking shots, but without the touch of post-production, they remain just that. Shots. Let's start with editing. This process defines the pacing, rhythm, and flow of your music video. You're essentially taking the director's vision and translating it into a seamless visual narrative. It's like assembling a puzzle. Each clip is a piece that needs to be positioned perfectly to reveal the bigger picture. Next, we have special effects. They're not just about adding flashy visuals or futuristic elements. They serve a purpose: to enhance the storyline, invoke emotions, and create a unique universe for your music video. Used sparingly and thoughtfully, they can add a layer of intrigue that keeps viewers hooked. Remember, less is more when it comes to special effects. Finally, we have color grading. This is where you set the mood and tone of your video. Want to transport your viewers to a sunny beach? Go for warm, vibrant colors. Going for a moody, introspective vibe? Opt for cooler, muted tones. Color grading can make your video come alive, adding depth and dimension to each frame. All these elements work in harmony to create a cohesive and engaging viewing experience. And that's what post-production is all about. It's not just about tweaking and polishing. It's about storytelling. It's about taking your viewer on a journey, one that leaves them moved, inspired, or simply humming along to the rhythm. So, remember, post-production isn't a step to rush through or skimp on. It's an art in itself, a vital part of the creative process that requires attention to detail, patience, and a keen eye for storytelling. It's where you can truly make your mark as an artist. Post-production can polish and elevate your music video to new heights. Legal considerations are an essential, though often overlooked aspect of music video production. It's not the most glamorous part of the process, but it's a crucial one. Ignoring these considerations can lead to hefty fines, legal disputes, and even the removal of your music video from public platforms. So let's dive in. Firstly, securing music rights is of paramount importance. Using a song without acquiring the necessary permissions from the songwriters, performers, and possibly record labels can lead to copyright infringement. This applies even if you're using just a few seconds of the song. So, ensure that you have all the necessary permissions and licenses before you start production. Next, let's talk about location permits. If you're shooting in a public place or a private property, you'll need to obtain the necessary permits. It's important to note that the rules can vary widely from one location to another, so do your research. A failure to do so could result in your shoot being shut down, or worse, legal action. Finally, there's the matter of talent contracts. Any performers, actors, or dancers in your video should have a clear and concise contract outlining the terms of their participation. This includes details such as compensation, usage rights, and any necessary release forms. It's also worth noting that if you're working with minors, there are additional legal considerations to keep in mind. Remember, legal considerations go beyond just these three areas. Depending on your project, you may need to consider other factors such as insurance, health and safety regulations, and even drone laws if you're planning some aerial shots. It's always a good idea to consult with a legal expert to ensure you've covered all your bases. To sum it up, while the creative aspects of music video production are undoubtedly exciting, legal considerations cannot and should not be ignored. Stay on the right side of the law to ensure your music video doesn't hit any legal snags. It's about making your creative vision come to life, and doing so in a way that respects the rights and safety of all involved. Creating a music video can be a challenging but rewarding endeavor. As we wrap up this journey, let's take a moment to reflect on the key points we've explored. We kicked things off by discussing the importance of budgeting wisely. Whether you're working with a shoestring budget or a more generous one, every penny counts. Careful planning and smart spending can make a world of difference, ensuring you have the resources you need to bring your vision to life. Next, we delved into the world of location scouting. Finding the perfect backdrop for your music video can elevate your story, adding depth and dimension. Whether it's an urban jungle or a serene forest, the right location can speak volumes, often becoming a character in its own right. Then, we explored the art of storytelling. Crafting a compelling narrative can captivate your audience, drawing them into your world. Remember, a memorable music video isn't just about great visuals, but a story that leaves a lasting impression. Our journey then led us to the realm of captivating cinematography. The magic of camera angles, lighting, and composition can transform your music video into a visual feast. These elements can help to enhance your story, creating a powerful sensory experience for your audience. We then stepped into the world of engaging choreography. Whether it's a simple head nod or an elaborate dance routine, movement can add a dynamic layer to your music video, driving the rhythm and energy of your song. In the post-production phase, we discussed how careful editing, color grading, and special effects can polish your music video, refining it into a masterpiece. This is where your raw footage comes to life, where your story is finely tuned and your visuals are enhanced. Lastly, we examined some key legal considerations. From securing location permits to respecting copyright laws, it's crucial to ensure your music video production is on the right side of the law. Remember, every challenge is an opportunity for creativity, so go forth and create your captivating music video.